Welcome to Side Road. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2025 Ford Explorer ST Line. The 2025 Ford Explorer ST Line. This is a trim that we are driving today. The Explorer has some other trims available, of course, but all the details will be about this particular trim for this video. So the Explorer ST Line comes with a standard 2.3 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine that produces very good 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. This super powerful engine, or very powerful engine, especially for the class, is paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. The Explorer is based on a rear-wheel drive platform. In Canada, it is a standard all-wheel drive, but in the US, you can have an Explorer with rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I believe all-wheel drive is available for all the trims, so you can also get them rear-wheel drive if that's what you prefer, or you don't live in a snowy or difficult terrain type of region in the US, so really maybe you don't need all-wheel drive. So the Explorer is sitting on the mid-size 3-row SUV class, and this is a huge class with plenty of offers. That's good for all of us as consumers. So the Explorer then competes with vehicles like the Chevrolet Traverse, the Mazda CX-90, the Honda Pilot, and the Nissan Pathfinder, among many others. But we have reviewed all those cars in the channel. The Pilot we are about to review, so please go and check those videos out as well, so you can compare based on the same source of information, which in this case will be me. Safety features for the 2025 Explorer are things like lane keeping system, evasive steering assist, blind spot information system, and cross traffic alert with trailer coverage, pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. Fuel efficiency for the 2025 Ford Explorer ST Line is 11.9 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers highway, which is 18 mpg city and 25 mpg highway. Price for the Explorer, the whole range, starts in Canada around 53,000 Canadian dollars. The top trim goes to around 71,000 Canadian dollars. This ST Line test car that we are driving is around 64,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, Explorer starts around 39,000 US dollars, and the top trim goes to around 54,000 US dollars. The interior of the 2025 Ford Explorer ST Line. This is nice in here. The materials are good. They are soft on the top of the dashboard and the door is wrapped in this super soft material. The touch points are nice and very well located for chill driving. I like this. The design is pretty simple but very user-friendly. This is very straightforward, doesn't have anything that you don't need, and it has everything that you will ever need in a car interior. Really nice. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather with contrast red stitching and is heated. There is one touch up and down for the 4 windows and 3 memory seats for 3 different drivers. Typically you get 2, so points to Ford for that. There is a 12.3 inches digital gauge cluster, and you can configure that and change the views and the information in the center and what is more important for you to see. This is really good, but this is so high definition, and the graphic design and the response on the screen is next level. This is the best graphics that I have seen in any of the cars that I have driven for the channel, so I'm super impressed by that. There is a 13.2 inches infotainment screen that now is in the center here, and it's huge, of course, and you have all the information that you need, and the screen is divided by the main items and you want to see here, and there are plenty of apps, and there is Google integration with Google Assistant and Google Maps, so that's all good. And you of course have the settings here to configure the functions on the car. The air conditioning controls are on the screen only. They are in the bottom here. They are always visible, so you don't have to go through menus or anything to get to this part. This is okay, you can use this and get used to this pretty quick. My only ask will maybe for the icons to be a little bit bigger for the air conditioning control, but again, this is a matter of getting used to it, and after a day you will be fine with that. There is a volume knob here, and there are a few extra buttons here, which what I like is you have a camera specific button, so you can use a camera even when you are not on reverse. There is this shelf here, and there is a wireless charging for your phone, but also an extra space here for another phone or something else. This is very useful, especially while driving. There is a little cubby here with USB-C and USB-CD, which is good, and you can close these. 2 cup holders, a rotary shifter, your electronic parking brake, and there is your drive mode selector for the Ford multi-terrain system, and you have things like off-road, slippery, normal, eco, sport, and tow. And as I was saying, these graphics are next level. Really, really nice here. So the center console is on the decent side, I think, and there are 2 USB-C charging ports there too, and an extra little space here for your stuff, so really practical. And the glove box is massive. So the dashboard has this, I think this is vinyl, but it looks really nice and high quality, also with red contrast stitching. There is this texture here which is really nice to touch and to look at too, and then there is this trim that I think is plastic, but there is a design on it. It looks really good. It's Explorer, so it devises a dashboard, and it makes it really attractive visually, at least. And then we have this Boa premium sound system, but also there is this texture here, like looks like a speaker's texture, so really, really nice. It's not all over the place, it's not overly done, but it has enough details to make it nice and a little bit special to my like, at least. The seats are really, really comfortable. They have this fabric, and also I believe this is vinyl or fake leather or something. There is contrast stitching here, and as I said, really, really comfortable. So very nice. I think this is a very normal, user-friendly, straightforward, get in and go type of cars. Cars are getting complicated. I like what Ford has done here because it feels ready. It feels normal. It feels for everyone. Really, really well done by Ford. So I fit behind myself. Sorry, there is a panoramic sunroof here too. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and I fit fine. There is a space for my knees and my height. The seat has an armrest, and there is a blind on the window here there to protect from the sun, especially if you have kids sitting there. There is a path through between the 2 captain chairs on the back, and it's huge, so really easy to get in and out without having to fold the seats. I also fit in the 3rd row. It's a little bit tight, but if I I fit without touching my knees, and that's with the seat all the way back, and the seat travels. You can move the seat and you can recline the back seats too. So I fit, and if the second passengers are kind enough, I will even be more comfortable there. So really good to sit in the third row. The trunk is spacious with the third row up. I mean, you can fit carry-ons or smaller items, of course, but there is a little bit of cargo space there. If you fold the third row, there is plenty of space. If you fold the second row, there is a massive amount of space. So very practical and family friendly. So how is to drive the 2025 Ford Explorer ST line? Really, really nice. I am super impressed. I was not expecting this, and that's just because of my own perception. It has nothing to do with the car itself. As I was saying earlier in the video, the Explorer nameplate has a huge fan base and a loyalty base, and has been in the market for years and years, and I am sure people love the Explorer. I used to love the Explorer too back in the day, but I kind of lost track of what the Explorer became. And I have to say, a few years back I sat in an Explorer, and the interior I wasn't impressed, and the materials I wasn't impressed. That's not the case here, as you saw in the interior section. But also, I was mostly concerned about this powertrain in the ST line. That is a 2.3 little 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine. It has a lot of power and a lot of torque, almost class leading, but since the introduction of the engine to me, and this is another perception I always had, and I'll talk about that later when I'm talking about the driving, but anyway, I always saw that the engine was too little for this vehicle, because I always saw that the Explorer was huge and heavy. Turns out the tuning that Ford has done with this engine is incredible. When you are chilling and you don't have the radio on and you accelerate lightly, you can hear it, and it sounds like a 4-cylinder for sure. But I don't know if this is a sound that is being projected to the cabin or it's a real thing, but when you really floor this car, it sounds nice. So it makes you, when I first got this car, I saw that I was driving the 6-cylinder. That's how this engine is good in power and good in feeling. I'm super impressed. This engine has no problem whatsoever moving this car. This is a big car, or I used to think that it was big. It doesn't feel that big at all. So really good on the engine department. I really like it. If you are afraid of getting the 4-cylinder for the engine for the Explorer, don't be. This is perfect. It is really good. So then about the size, right? I own a 3-row SUV, and when I was looking for it, I was using the Explorer to make sure that it wasn't as big as Explorer, because to me the Explorer was a huge vehicle. Turns out it's not. It's more or less the same, but it's not necessarily about the true dimensions and what the paper suggests. This drives like a smaller car. You sit in this cabin and you feel like you are in a smaller car, which is good for me. Maybe other people will want bigger cabins. There are bigger vehicles in this class and in the next class, so there is something for everyone always. But I like this because it's not intimidating. It's a big enough car. It's comfortable, have all the space and the practicality, but it feels tight. It feels smaller by driving. The driving dynamics are excellent. It turns and takes corners really well. It pulls with the engine. It has really good brakes, and again, it feels like you are driving a smaller car. I really like this. So the steering is perfectly weighted too. It's not too soft, it's not too heavy, it's perfect for the city, it's great for the highway. You feel that the wheels do exactly what you want them to do immediately, so it's really direct too. It's very good. The transmission, which is a 10-speed transmission, I find that it does a lot of shifting. Of course, I prefer less shifting transmissions, but doesn't have anything to do with Explorer itself. It's just a 10-speed, and it's really smooth shifting. When you floor it, you feel the car shifting, and other than that, it's just doing the best that it can to give you the power if that's what you are asking for, or to give you the chill if that's what you are driving like. So really good there. As I said, the brakes feel perfectly adequate and you know, competent for this car considering the size and the weight of the car, so those are good. Visibility is great too. The windows are big. There is a big window there for the third row. The D-pillar is not the biggest of this class, I think, so it's good there. And you have blind spot monitoring, and you have 360 camera, so you are good for parking. It's really easy to park, and it's really easy to get used to this car right away as soon as you start driving it. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the design, maybe it's I don't know what it is, but that's my biggest takeaway from this car. It feels normal. It feels, you get used to it immediately. Some other cars that I have driven, it take 1, 2, 3 days. As soon as I got behind the wheel, I felt at home. And the whole car is pretty old school but new, with all the amenities and all the safety features and all the tech, everything that you need, all the comfort features too. Everything that you need, you'll find here, depending on the Explorer that you are looking for. But this is not the top trim, so everything that I need is here. Really, really good. But if it's solid and really well put together and competent, but also, I cannot say reliable, but that's a quality issue, but it truly feels that you are safe here. You can do anything. It really feels safe in the driving on the highway, and it is pretty straightforward. It's very livable. This is a great car. It is. I understand now why people keep coming to it, and I applaud what Ford have done with this latest generation, and why people that comes here will stay even longer with Explorer, because it is great. It is normal. It feels like all-time car. It is exceptional. I really like it. The 2025 Ford Explorer ST line, it has everything that it needs to compete in this segment, but I'm not sure the others has the customer loyalty of this Explorer nameplate.